something.
We'll go ahead and begin with the Pledge of Allegiance.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
All right. Good morning, everybody. Hope you all had a good weekend. Welcome. It is September 12th. To the Shawnee County Board of County Commissioners. I'm Aaron Mays, represent District 3, currently serving as chairman. On my left is Commissioner Bill Rippon, representing District 1. On my right is Commissioner Kevin Cook, representing District 2. Good morning to both of you.
Morning.
Madam Clerk, first item, please.
Item 3, consent agenda.
We've got 4 items on the consent agenda today. I would move for approval.
Second.
Motion's been made by Commissioner Mays, seconded by Commissioner Cook. Those in favor say aye. Opposed? Motion passes 3-0. Next item, please.
Item 4, new business. A, county clerk. Number 1, consider all voucher payments.
Okay, under bridge project, Finian turnip seed, $49,500. This for engineering services for Southeast Laurel Road over Tecumseh Creek. That is the only voucher might be of interest. Total vouchers as of September 9th, 2022 is $1,379,351.80. Total vouchers. No questions or comments. I'd move for approval of the vouchers.
Second.
Okay, we've got a motion by Commissioner Rippon, seconded by Commissioner Cook. Those in favor say aye. Opposed? Motion passes 3-0. Next item, please.
Number 2, consider correction orders.
I'll move approval of the correction orders.
Second.
The motion's been made by Commissioner Mays, seconded by Commissioner Cook. Those in favor say aye. Opposed? Motion passes 3-0. Next item, please.
Number 3, consider authorization and execution of contract C-261, 2022 with Willis Towers Watson Midwest, Inc. for underground storage tank liability insurance coverage from October 26, 2022 through October 26, 2023 at a cost of $817, which was a 6% decrease from last year. And John Morgan is here if you have any questions.
Any questions?
I don't.
Great, then I will move for approval.
Second.
Motion's been made by Commissioner Mays, seconded by Commissioner Rippon. Those in favor say aye. Opposed? Motion passes 3-0. Next item, please.
Item B, Health Department. Number 1, consider authorization and execution of contract C-259, 2022 with Ozark Integrated Pest Service, Inc. for termite inspections and treatments at the Health Department at a cost of $550 per year.
Good morning, Commissioners. Teresa Fisher, Director of the Health Department. This is an updated agreement that we worked with legal, Ashley in the legal office to get updated with Ozark. When the county switched their general pest services to Smithereen, we wanted to stay with Ozark because they are the ones who had set the initial traps at the Health Department locations that had had termite damage. So we wish to continue services with them. The amount is in our current budget and also in next year's budget. I'd be happy to answer any questions.
Questions for Teresa?
I'd move for approval.
Second.
Okay, motion's been made by Commissioner Rippon, seconded by Commissioner Cook. Those in favor say aye. Opposed? Motion passes 3-0. Thank you. Next item, please.
Item C, Information Technology. Number 1, consider authorization and execution of contract C-262, 2022 with Software House International for the annual renewal of 13 Microsoft SQL Server database licenses available on state contract at a cost of $2,518.97 per license with funding from the 2022 departmental budget.
Good morning, Commissioners. This is Mark Price, Information Technology. This is just an annual renewal of our SQL Server licenses. These are servers that's licensing we use for various systems, our accounting system, imaging system, the appraiser system, which some people might like that one lapse. Because we have these virtualized and can move them from server to server, we have to keep this software assurance on it. We do have this in our budget, and I ask you approve it.
Questions for Mark?
I'll move for approval.
Second. Motion's been made by Commissioner Cook, seconded by Commissioner Mays. Those in favor say aye. Opposed? Motion passes 3-0. Thank you. Next item, please.
Number 2, consider authorization and execution of contract C-263-2022 with PCs for People for EWaste pickup and recycling of electronic equipment.
Morning, Commissioners. Mark Price, Information Technology again. This would be a new contract for disposal of e-waste. I do know our solid waste department has a e-waste recycler. Not that there's anything wrong with that one. This one has a few things I would like to take advantage of. PCs for People currently is working with Topeka and Shawnee County Get Digital. Topeka Shawnee County Get Digital buys PCs from PCs for People. They get it at an extremely reduced rate. And currently, because of funding through JAC Area Agency on Aging, they are providing computers free of charge to Topeka residents that are 60 and over that qualify. I know their stock at PCs for People is getting low, and they're needing more PCs that they can then refurbish and get out to the community. And that's why I'm wanting to go with them, is because they do give back, whether it's in Topeka or other places. They do provide low cost or free PCs. They also do, PCs for People also does subsidies for internet for those who need it. So this would give us the ability to get rid of our old computers. PCs for People is going to come here and pick them up. There is a note in there that tube monitors, large screen TVs, and I think printers and copiers, there's an additional charge for. I don't actually see us doing that much. It'd be so small if it does come about, we would have the money in our budget. Most of this would be a zero cost to the county. And I guess that's, any other questions, I can definitely answer them.
Any questions?
Are these computers scrubbed?
Actually, yes, that is a good point. They will, when they take the computer into their system, they go through a certified process to sanitize them, and then they give us a report of the results of that. I believe if they cannot sanitize the drives, then they destroy the drives and give us a certification that the data was securely removed, wiped, and the PCs going out will not have any county data on them. And we do a process of wiping the drives before they go out anyway.
Okay, any other questions? No, I think it's a pretty cool thing, Mark. It's always good to see our junk become something that's valuable to the community. So I'll move for approval.
Second.
Motion's been made by Commissioner May, seconded by Commissioner Rippon. Those in favor say aye. Opposed? Yep.
One final thing, if someone is interested in getting the PCs from Topeka and Shawnee County Get Digital, they can call 785-368-3098 or look up online at www.topeka.org, TCS Get Digital, for more information of how to request those PCs.
Okay. All right, motion passes 3-0. Thanks, Mark.
Thank you.
Next item, please.
Item D, County Counselor. Number 1, consider approval of request to reclassify county counselor positions.
Good morning, Commissioners. Jim Krause, Shawnee County Counselor. I have 3 assistant county counselor positions. We call it generically assistant county counselor positions. I have incumbents in 2 of them and 1 open position. I want to reclassify the 2 with incumbents in name only from County Counselor 1 to County Counselor 2. Those will stay at the same range and step that they are currently, but we're going to keep the duties and call that County Counselor 2. And then the vacant position I want to keep at County Counselor 1, but I want to reclassify that downward 2 ranges to range 69 from 71, and I'm changing the position description to make it more of an entry-level position. And I've spoken with Mike Kege about his entry-level positions, and I've looked at some other organizations about what they're paying with their entry-level positions. So with the experience that I have in my office, we think that this might be a better makeup and use of resources at this time. So I'm asking for that reclassification, and I'll try to answer any questions you might have.
Questions for Jim?
No. I would move for approval.
Second.
We've got a motion by Commissioner Rippon, seconded by Commissioner Cook. Those in favor say aye. Opposed? Motion passes 3-0.
Thank you.
Thanks, Jim. Next item, please.
Item E, Audit Finance. Number 1, presentation of August 2022 financial report.
Good morning, Betty Griner, Director of Administrative Services. And I am here today for our financial overview as of August 31st. We will start with revenue. We have received $106,346,723, and that is $14,562 over budget. So as you can see, that is as close to budget as we can get. There's a little bit of discrepancies within, or variances within the different categories, but this shows the total of all the categories. The first category we'll look at is property taxes. We received $89,834,782. That has not changed from last month because we did not have a tax distribution this month. Next category are other tax revenue. Received $8,975,379. That is $277,000 over budget, and that's primarily from the highway tax that came in higher. The next category, charges for services, received $4,153,126. That is $474,000 under budget, primarily in two categories. The first is DOC, and the other one is Parks and Rec. And we'll see later on when we look at the expense side that Parks and Rec, even though their revenue is down, their expenses are down by just about an exact amount. Next category, other revenue, we received $3,383,435. That is over budget by $884,000. That is from investment income. That is, now that interest rates are going up, that's coming in higher than had been originally estimated, and then penalties and interest have come in higher this year than had been estimated. So this is our pie chart that shows 85% of our revenue has come in from property taxes, 8% from other taxes, charges and services are 4%, and other revenue is 3%. Now we'll look at the expenditures. Through August 31st, we had spent or encumbered $78,360,121. That is a total of $814,000 under what was budgeted, so a positive variance. And I will go through the different categories to show you, where the categories, or where the majority of those amounts come from. Our first category is law enforcement, and we've spent $36,667,843. That is $773,000 under budget, which is the sheriff's department is $600,000 currently under what I estimated as budget for this time of the year, and then courts is another $100,000. But I will mention and point out that even though we are way under budget, we have spent $1,651,000 more than we had spent last year on law enforcement. Next category is recreation. We spent $12,303,897. That is $116,000 under budget, but as I commented before, their revenue for Parks and Rec is down also, so those offset each other. Public Works is next, $7,164,618, and I'll remind you that this is only what was spent from the general fund, and that is $108,000 under budget, and most of that is from the appraiser's office. Public Works, or Public Health is next with $5,902,688. That is right on budget which 22,000 under, and that's because we're waiting for some financial statements on some of the organizations that we pay out on. So we have a couple, or 22,000 that we're waiting on that. We do not pay out their next quarter's allocation until we've received their financial statements and we can verify it's being spent on what it was allocated for. This, I will also mention, this is just what is spent out of the general fund. This is not, does not include grant funds and those type of expenditures. Administrative services, we spent $8,116,795. That is $202,000 over budget, and that is because, as you'll recall, we allocated to spend $250,000 out of reserves for capital outlay. And then debt service. We did pay for the principal and the second half of interest. So this is the total debt service that we will have for the year at $8,204,279. That is $2,800 over budget because the fees that they charge went up a little bit. This just shows the different categories and how they stack up against each other. And here is the pie chart. 47% is spent for law enforcement, recreation 16%, public works 9%, public health 8%, administrative services 10%, and debt service 10%. Now, as I mentioned on the debt service, we have paid for all of our debt service for the year. So in the coming months, that debt service percentage will go down slightly. Any questions?
Mr. Chairman.
Yes.
Betty, what revenue do we anticipate coming in through the end of the year?
Well, let's see. Our revenue majority of our revenue has already come in. Let me see here. Let me look. Our total estimated revenue is 106. Well, no, let's see. I'm trying to look at. I'm sorry. I guess I don't have here with me how much I expect. I'm sorry.
I mean, so we'll have some come in from other revenue.
Yes. We
And
will have two
charges for
more
services.
tax distributions, but they will be small ones. But we will have tax distribution for motor vehicle taxes and those type of things, and then we will have other revenue that will come in. I don't know a total of what I'm expecting. I believe it would be about 12 million more to come in.
And I know that this is a discussion we have just about every September,
Yeah.
is that while we have $27 million more in revenue than we do in expenditures,
Right.
the majority of our income has been received. Expenditures will continue to come in. So right now, we're right on budget for the rest of the year.
Yes, that's right, because, we have 4 months left of expenditures, which we've already received the majority of our revenue.
And then again, I'm just, for those that are following along,
Yeah.
while it looks like we have $27 million, it will have spent that through the end of the year.
Yes, we will, yes. And as of right now, really, if you look at the differences, I would say that right now, we're pretty much right on budget for the year. We have a little bit of a cushion, I would say, because we are under on our expenditures, but pretty much right on target. Because if you look at the expenditures, although we are under what was budgeted in our expenditures, it is only by 0.69%. So less, about 0.7%. So we are still, I would say, very much right on budget.
Okay. Thank you.
Any other questions? All right. Thank you, Betty. Next item, please.
Item 5, public comment.
I don't have anybody signed up. Is there anyone from the public wishing to speak today? Seeing none. Next item, please.
Item 6, administrative communications.
Any administrative communications today?
Good morning, Commissioners. John Landon, Director of the Weed Department. A little video here I want to play for you this morning.
Good morning, Shawnee County. John Langman, Director of Shawnee County Weed Department. We need your help identifying common noxious weeds found in Shawnee County. Therefore, over the next 3 weeks, we'll be giving away free chemicals donated by Nutrient Solutions and a weekend rental sprayer to 3 eligible Shawnee County residents who can identify the noxious weeds in each post. Our first post will be Monday, September 12th. Each of these weeds will be in season and easy to identify. I look forward to seeing your noxious weeds.
I'm all of a sudden a movie star. I know. It only took us like 14 takes to get this thing. So, and that's giving me the benefit of the doubt, guys. So, as the video said, starting today, we're going to kick this off. And so, this week's weed is Johnson grass. So, go on to Shawnee County Weed Department's Facebook page. Post a photo of your comment section or enter the chance free weekend sprayer for some panoramic, which is specially designed to treat Johnson grass. The winner will be announced on September 16th at 3 p.m. on our Facebook page. And so please like, share, and post the eligible to win. And so I don't know what next week's weed is. It'll probably be bindweed, or is it bindweed? Yep. So next week is bindweed, and then the notorious Cerisa lespedeza. So, and then at the very end of it, we'll have a real nice book to give away.
All right.
So,
Can't do enough about that Cerisa lespedeza.
oh, yep.
All right.
So,
great.
thank you.
Thank you, John.
Thanks, John.
Good morning, Brian Cole, Shawnee County Department of Corrections. I don't know that we have a contest like that. I guess maybe a restraint device guess or something, I don't know. But I just was going to announce that today we started our 2-week Basic Officer Academy. We have 16 individuals that are going through the academy. As always, we'll get through this week, and then next week on Friday, invite the commissioners and anybody that would like to come to the graduation. So I just want to let everybody know that we're hitting the ground running this week, and we've got 16 in the academy. Thank you.
Wow, that's great. Anyone else? Commissioner Rippon?
Good weekend for football,
Sure was.
and so everybody won.
Even Brian's Bears won.
Really? Other than that, and I don't have a favorite weed, so.
You have a least favorite?
Probably bindweed.
Okay. All right, Commissioner Cook?
Even though it rained on Saturday, I know that the TFI had their event at Old Prairie Town, and so I want to thank everybody out at Old Prairie Town for hosting and allowing them to put on their event.
Yeah. I've got a couple things here. One, I was passed a note here that the vouchers, there were 2 numbers transposed. And so maybe for the record, could we correct that? It's supposed to be $1,397,351.80. I don't know if we need to make another motion or if we can just say that
To be
it was
safe,
an.
let's just make a new motion.
I'll move for approval.
Okay, I'll second that. Commissioner Rippon made the motion. Commissioner Mays seconded. Those in favor say aye. Opposed, motion passes 3-0. Thanks. We just want to make sure that's correct in the minutes. Aside from that, my only other administrative communication is that I'm going to cancel the meeting for Thursday. We don't have a lot of agenda items, and so I don't want to waste anybody's time. So our next meeting will be Monday, the 19th, I believe. So other than that, that's it. So next item, please.
Executive sessions.
We do not have a need for executive session today, so we are adjourned.